Hey, people out there. This is Slim Overton and another video where I'm coming out there to talk to you to let you know, people that don't already know, let you know about the SlimNation One-On-Ones Podcast as well as Boston Coffee Talk. And I come on here a lot to talk about that just to let people know and what I'm trying to do, and what we are trying to do here on an amateur level, trying to share information and on the SlimNation One-On-Ones podcast, looking into the idea of expanding that and having shows under the umbrella of the SlimNation One-On-Ones podcast, especially on the YouTube channel that I have. And thinking about maybe some of those shows, once they get started, having their own channel. But we already started the one with Shona Choke Swinson, who is I.C. Norcom classmate of mine, and she came on the show and did an interview that was very brave of her to do, very personal interview. Go on the YouTube channel and check it out. Just put in the SlimNation One-On-Ones podcast, and when you get there, you can put in her name, and that video will pop up. Shona Choke Swinson, or just Shona Swinson. And just check that out and see her personal story that she told, that she went through, and she and her children went through. So I'm sure you'll be impressed by her bravery, and it might be something that you experience yourself, that you will get something out of it. So anyway, and so we have put together, we did a test run with the show that we're going to do. Don't know how often we'll do it. Hopefully at least once a week. With the two of us to come up there. She lives in Georgia now, and I live in Virginia. With the two of us to come up there and just talk about different things, and this title, I'll Take on It. So we could cover any subject, where we would have fun with it and make comparisons of Virginia and Georgia, particularly P-Town and Atlanta. And we did that a little bit on the first show, and I'm going to re-show that again, but that's on the SlimNation One-On-Ones podcast YouTube channel as well. So check that out. But you'll see us coming back. We're trying to put together a theme, an opening for the show, a closing video for the show, and a few other things we're working on, so it will stand alone by itself. And then I had an interview with another young lady that we might put something together as well. And well, it will pretty much be hers. Some of the shows that I'll try to do and have under the umbrella of the SlimNation One-On-Ones podcast, where the person would be on their own. Now, it's something that they can do on their own, and maybe once they come on under that umbrella and figure out that, I can do this, and that's perfectly fine with me. It's enough room for all of us out here. So, but just to try to start something, and I'm gonna be, investigating how to do this. And one of the things we want to do is we want to share the information. That's number one. Share good information, whether it's something on a not as heavy scale, something more comedic, or we're going to do that too, and then tackle some really serious subjects, and just give out some general information on different issues where it won't necessarily come from us. We're not experts in some of the things we're talking about, but we do have opinions, and we can, sort of bring people on that would have something. which is something that we do on Portion Coffee Talk. But right now, I'm trying to concentrate on the SlimNation One-On-Ones Podcast and see what I have to do to put different programs under that, sort of from a local standpoint, and not a big production, not trying to match up with the more experienced and educated journalists that are on the YouTube channel that know what they're doing, but really to try to just, like I said, share the information and give some people a platform to talk about some things that they want to talk about, or talk about their experiences. And you'd be surprised at how much you might have to say. We all have stories. We all have challenges we've had through our life. And even though we might get to a certain point in life where we feel comfortable financially, comfortable within ourselves, there's still things that happen in our lives that affect our everyday. And you can have it all, but there's still things that can kind of throw you off some days, make you not want to get out of bed, make you be depressed. And some of us are depressed and don't really recognize that we are depressed, and it's something that should be addressed, especially early on, because it could turn into something that could be very serious. Depression can. So we have shows talking about that on Portion Coffee Talk, as well as having guests. And what I like to do on the SlimNation One-on-One, where I have people on, is to give those people a chance to, or give you a chance to get to know who those people are. Like I mentioned on the shows, often we meet people in our adulthood, we meet people later in life, and that's the person we know. But we don't know what made that person tick when they were growing up, or what happened in their life when they were growing up that sometimes weren't the best of times for them. So we go into that when they want to, and sometimes it helps some of the people to talk about some of those times that weren't the greatest of times, or talk about those times that sort of affected their life to the point they're doing what they dreamed of when they were really young, and they accomplished many things to get to that point, and they're doing what they always wanted to do. And sometimes people start out one way and go completely opposite of what they thought they might end up doing. So, just stay tuned to Facebook and YouTube. It might be at the point where I'm exclusively with the SlimNation One-on-Ones Podcast, exclusively, at least live on YouTube, so I can concentrate on building that and not having to worry about what happens on the Facebook pages. Sometimes it can be problematic. With Facebook, sometimes I don't understand some of the pop-ups. They say you violated this and you can't do that, and you have to share monetization with people on music that you use that's supposed to be copyright free. So it just tells me that there are some people out there that just clamp on to everything when they see something musical and claim, okay, that's you're gonna get money off that. I want some of it too. And the money that we might get off the YouTube, the Facebook pages, unless you're really on there, really putting something every day, you have to keep up with that. So anyway, we'll decide there. But I really think I'll do the YouTube, because I think, especially in the beginning, I saw a tutorial video that said, you might want to, in the beginning, concentrate on YouTube and not be promoting other platforms on your show early on until you get to a certain point. And you can, it doesn't matter what other platforms you come up. But in the beginning, on YouTube might be what you just, if you're on YouTube, that's what you do. So you might do the live shows exclusively on YouTube and then share them to Facebook. Share the recording. So, and if anybody out there, has experience in putting these things together, let me know. Doing this solo, just trying to learn along the way. Sometimes, if I get to a point where I can afford professional advice, because a lot of people start out saying we want to give you advice, and then the next thing you know, they're asking for a fee for their advice. And I'm not there yet. I have to see some returns. I have to see what I'm doing, how that can bring in something, if it can, and then I can put more efforts into maybe getting professional advice. But right now, we just stay on our local level here, and on YouTube, even though it's locally run, YouTube will share your content if they feel like you have some content that people might want to see. And the reason I mentioned about exclusively with YouTube on the SlimNation channel is because a lot of things, advice that they give you to do in order to grow your channel and make sure the maximum amount of people see it and you are doing the right things by putting the certain videos out. That takes a lot of time and time and effort to follow what they're trying to tell you. So I'm leaning heavily to doing that. Maybe just starting, and I noticed that some people will watch my videos on YouTube or on Facebook, but I can announce it on Facebook, and most people, because YouTube is free, it's initially just having the basic YouTube, and everybody usually has access to that if they have a phone, a smartphone or something like that. Anybody can check it out. So I don't think I'll be losing a lot by doing that, and maybe I will. I don't know, but we'll see. We won't switch totally to that right away. We will gradually pull away from that and maybe do some just on YouTube and see what kind of audience we get, what kind of viewership we get. And if we're missing some of that viewership that we get on Facebook, then we'll make sure we'll stay that course. But I talk long enough, I'm bored enough of you, which that happens sometimes when I come on here to talk. It's necessary for me to come up there and give you updates on what I'm trying to do and continue to let you know it's not coming from a professional. My interview skills have a lot to be desired, but the main thing is the focus is not me, it's the guests that I have on and what knowledge they can share with you. And the way my approach, if it's not like the people you see on the local news channels who have degrees and have studied journalism for a long time, of course it's going to be different. But this is just my take. This is the way I do it. I have the opportunity to have this platform. So that's what I do. So again, make sure you concentrate on the guests that I have and what they have to offer and their professionals. And if you don't like my delivery and you can't overlook it, just pay attention to my guests because they are the most important thing, the most important people that appear on the SlimNation, even though it has my name. it's for the guests. So look forward to some shows popping off from the Slim Nation, and I'm open to talk to anybody that is technically educated, that can help me improve my presentation, or want to be a part of what we do here and show some of your videos on my platform, or be a part of the platform. Let me know. We're all trying to build something that can reach a lot of people, and in the interim make some money in order to put back into the production, so we can have more upgraded equipment. The one thing I like to mention too before I end, that you're never too old to jump out and try new ventures. I turned 70 last September, and I feel like I'm still have something to contribute, something to offer in a small way here through this platform. And so that's what I do. You don't have to get to the age of 70 and sit around and accept that you've been around 70 years and you've done a lot of things, and you should leave it to other people to continue on. No, you should continue on, and you see a lot of people in our age that are starting doing new things and trying new adventures, and that's what I'm doing right here. Just like I'm just starting out for the first time, but I've been doing this for a while. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening, and just know that I appreciate the ones who've been listening and commenting on our shows, and especially the guests who have agreed to be a part of the show, to be my guests here, as well as on the Personal Coffee Talk podcast, which we call it, and that might change. I keep trying different things, and just to make sure you don't know what clicks until you try. I will keep the podcast part on the Slim Nation. I might change the podcast ending on the Personal Coffee Talk. It just doesn't have the ring that I thought it would have, and I don't think it really fits what we do over there on that platform. I think it should just be called the show, Personal Coffee Talk. Just stands by itself. Yeah. So might be changing that soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, everybody, take care and have a great day, and we'll see you next time. I look forward to your comments and your suggestions, and if you want to be a guest, let me know to this topic, because that's what we do here. Take care.